Hi everybody, welcome to Forget Me Not Friday. I think I might call it Forget Me Not Yarn Scrap Friday, I think. So it's, if you haven't watched last week's, it's basically where we use up some yarn scraps to make a little crochet project to give to somebody special or just somebody who needs cheering up, or you can just enjoy the pattern for what it is. So I thought, as it is Chinese New Year, so how do I say Chinese? Happy New Year in Chinese. Let's give this a go. 新年快乐. That's about the level of my Chinese. Happy New Year, Chinese New Year. And I thought, because it's now the year of the horse, I thought do a little something a bit different, because I thought crocheting a horse on our yarn scrap Forget Me Not Friday might be a little bit ambitious. So I thought we would try, for something a little bit different. We'd try this little guy. It's a little seahorse. So I thought that's almost like a horse. It's a seahorse, a horse of the sea. So to make this little guy, we're going to be using some cotton. And I've chosen some DK light worsted weight cotton, and this time I'm going to use a sort of a red maroon colour and just a plain white. And I'm also going to be using a 2.5mm crochet hook, and you're also going to need a yarn needle and some scissors as well. But of course you can use any yarn you like and any hook size that is suitable for the yarn you're using. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white cotton, and we're going to start off with 10 double crochet in a magic circle. Now if you don't like doing the magic circle, you can chain 4 and slip stitch into your first chain to form a loop, and then just work the 10 double crochet into that magic circle, into that loop. But we're going to use the magic circle technique, so I'm going to work a little dummy stitch. And I've done a video in more detail on how to do the magic circles. I'll put a link in the description to that video in case you want to learn how to do this. But we're going to work 10 double crochet into a magic circle. That's 1. The last one, 10. Then all we do is pull our tail end, just tighten, and then we're going to slip stitch into our first double crochet, top of our first double crochet, to do a slip stitch, like so. It should look something like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, like so. And then we're going to work 1 double crochet in the second stitch from hook. And the second stitch is, we don't count the loop on our hook. That's our first stitch there, and there's our second one there. So we do yarn over first. We're going to go into that second stitch from our hook, and we're going to work a double crochet, like so. And that leaves us 4 chains left, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in each of those 4 chains. So we go into the next stitch or next chain and do a single crochet, and then into the next chain and do a single crochet, into the next chain, let's do a single crochet, and then into the next chain. As you can see, I'm only catching that top bit of yarn and I work into the chain. Okay. That creates his little nose, and then we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch on this circle. So finding your next stitch along, we're going to do a slip stitch. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next 3 stitches. So we do a slip stitch in the next stitch. That's one. Slip stitch in the next stitch. Two. And a slip stitch in the next stitch. Three. Like so. So it should look a little something like that. And then we're going to work one single crochet and one half double crochet in the next stitch. So going in straight into the next stitch, we'll do a single crochet. We're also going to do a half double crochet, so yarn over in the same stitch. So going into the same stitch as your single crochet. Do a half double crochet. So you've got 2 stitches in the same stitch. Then we're going to do one double crochet in the next stitch. So we'll do a double crochet in the next stitch, and we're also going to do a half double crochet in the same stitch. So that's a double crochet and a half double crochet all in the same stitch. But you should have something that looks like that, so you've worked 2 stitches in the last 2. And then we're just going to work one single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So go into the next stitch and do a single crochet, and then go into the next stitch to do a single crochet, like so. And then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, but when we do our slip stitch, we're going to introduce our new colour. So my fridge has decided to make strange noises, sorry about that. So when you do your slip stitch, instead of grabbing the white yarn, I'm just going to put that down. We're going to bring our new colour, which is going to be the pink. I'm going to wrap that over our hook instead, and we're going to bring that through instead. Bring it through a bit better than that. Sorry about my fridge. And just bring that straight through like so. And now we're working in our new colour. Can't believe my fridge has decided to defrost itself in this video. Okay, so now we're working with our pink. What we're actually going to do is we're going to chain 1 with our pink, and you might need to pull your tail ends, tighten that in. So chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work, and we're not going to count the chain 1 as a stitch. We're just going to ignore that, and we're going to skip the slip stitch that we did as well. So we're going to skip that slip stitch there. So going on to this next stitch, we're going to work one single crochet. So put our hook into that next stitch after your slip stitch and work a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and now my phone's just gone off. Just when I want to do a video, I shall keep at it, ignore all disturbances. So chain 3, and then we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch you worked your single crochet. So going back into the same stitch you just worked your single crochet at the bottom, we're going to do a little slip stitch and then just bring that through like so. And then what we're going to do, we're going to repeat that a few more times, and we're going to go into the next stitch and do a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 3 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, like so, and then we're going to slip stitch again in the same stitch as your chain 1. So going back down to that same stitch, we're going to work a slip stitch like so. We've got 2 of those. We need 5 of these, as you can see on our little guy here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little picot edges. So we're going to do this 3 more times. Go into the next stitch, work a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once you've chained 3 again, we just slip stitch into the same stitch we did our chain 1, our single crochet rather. And that creates our little third picot edge. And then go into the next stitch and do a single crochet. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to slip stitch into the same stitch as our single crochet. I've actually had to switch my freezer off because it got really, really noisy. It decided to defrost itself for some reason. Typical on when I need to do this video on a Friday. Then we go into the next stitch. Do a single crochet and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to slip stitch into the same stitch as our single crochet. And that's the last little picot edging. So it should look something like that on the back, and then on the front it should look like that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So go into the next stitch and work 1 single crochet, like so. And then we're going to chain 29 stitches. So we're going to chain 29. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 28 and 29, like so. Let's make sure they're facing all the same direction. And what we're going to do now is we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together, but we're going to start the first part of that in our second stitch from hook. So again, ignoring the loop on your hook, and that's our first stitch there. Our second one there, we want to put our hook into that second one there. Then we're going to grab our yarn and bring it through as if we were doing a normal single crochet. But we're going to stop there. We're going to put our hook into the next stitch as well, grab our yarn, and then what we'd normally do to single crochet 2 stitches together is then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, but we're actually going to bring back our white yarn, and instead of putting the same coloured yarn over your hook, we're going to put the white yarn over your hook, and we're going to bring that all through the 3 loops to finish your single crochet 2 stitches together. So now we're working with the white, and what you can do if you want is to just put that down and trim the red again, and then just tie these 2 ends together if you want to, if you find that they're a little bit too loose. Okay, I might just do that one on camera. I don't normally do this, but it can be sometimes easier if you're a bit new to crochet, or it can just be easier for me when doing it on camera. So there we go, because I have to work a bit slower. Okay, so what we're then going to do, once you've single crocheted those 2 stitches together, is we are going to single crochet 2 stitches together 6 more times. So we're going to go into the next stitch, which is there. Now we're going to be working with our white, so bring that through. Then into the next stitch as well, grab our yarn, bring that through. So you've got your 3 loops again. We just yarn over with the same colour and bring through all 3 loops, like so. We're going to do that 5 more times. So we go into the next stitch, grab our yarn, into the next stitch, and grab our yarn, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and we do it 4 more times. Yarn over, pull through to the next stitch, grab a yarn, so you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, do that 3 more times. So it's the next stitch, pull through, to the next stitch, pull through, so you've got 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, to single crochet 2 stitches together. We'll do that twice more. Into the next stitch, pull through, into the next stitch, pull through, then yarn over, pull through all 3, and we'll do that once more. Into the next stitch, pull through, into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Like so. And you'll find that that makes the end piece curl round, and it creates the little curly tail like so. And then what we're going to do is, what are we going to do next? We are going to half double crochet 2 stitches together. So we're going to do yarn over first, and we're going to go into the next stitch, grab our yarn. Let's get that tail out the way so you can see. So you've got 3 loops. Then we're going to do yarn over again and go into the next stitch and grab a yarn. So you've got 5 loops, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 like so, and that half double crochet 2 stitches together. So all we did was yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull it through, yarn over, into the next stitch, pull it through. We've got 5 loops, yarn over, pull through all 5. Okay, then we're going to double crochet 2 stitches together. So yarn over to the next stitch, grab our yarn, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2 as if doing a normal double crochet, but we're going to stop there, do yarn over into the next stitch, grab our yarn, then we'll do yarn over, pull through 2, so you've got 3 loops, yarn over, then pull through all 3. That double crochets 2 stitches together. Then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So we do 1 double crochet, and then we do another one in the same stitch, in the same chain. So that's 2 in the same stitch, like so. Okay, let's get a bit more yarn. Oops, sorry about that. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So just 1 double crochet in the next 6. So that's 1 by itself. Two by itself. And then the next stitch, 3, and the next stitch, 4, next stitch, 5, and 6, like so. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet 2 stitches together again. So we do yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2 as if doing a normal double crochet. But we stop there and then yarn over again and go into the next stitch, grab our yarn over, pull through 2, you've got 3 loops, then yarn over, pull through all 3 to double crochet 2 stitches together. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Just a little single crochet by itself. And then that should leave you with 1 little chain hidden left in there. And then we're just going to slip stitch into that last chain, like so. So it should look a little something like that. It should be quite curly on the end. And what we're going to do now is we're going to slip stitch onto the head part. So finding the next stitch, it can be, make sure that you move it round slightly because there were slip stitches here, so the stitches are hidden a little bit more round. So finding that next stitch on the head, just slip stitch onto the head like so, and then that joins the body up to the head again. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to turn our work, and we're going to work back along the other way, back down the body again. So you need to just turn your work around, and then we're going to skip that slip stitch, not the slip stitch that we did to join onto the head, but the last slip stitch we did in the last chain. We're going to skip that slip stitch, and then we're going to work into this next stitch here, which was that single crochet, if you remember. So into that single crochet we're going to work another single crochet, like so. It can be a bit tricky, but I'll do a written version to this as well and put a link in the description. And the next stitch we're going to do a half double crochet. So just work a half double crochet. I'm going to have to show you my notes after this because they're just really just full of scribbles. You can see how a designer works. Then in the next stitch we're going to do a double crochet. I wasn't happy with the shape of this seahorse for a while. I redid the pattern numerous times. So that's 1 half double crochet, then 1 double crochet, then another double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so you've done a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. And then we're going to do 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So that's 2 in the same stitch. The table's really noisy today as well. I don't know what's going on, everything's so noisy. I do apologise. So that's 1 double crochet, then another one in the same stitch. Like so, you've got 2 double crochet in the same stitch. Then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Like so. Then we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we do 1 half double crochet, then we do another half double crochet in the next stitch. Not getting the tail end caught up in it. I wonder why I had 4 loops then. So there we go, so that's 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch. Like so. Okay, it's starting to see the body come together. And what we're going to do now after our slip stitch is we're just going to turn our work again, keeping that tail out of the way. Get some more yarn. And then we're going to skip that slip stitch. So that last stitch there, which you can see there, is you've got the loop on your hook and then you've got that first stitch. That was our last slip stitch. So we're going to skip that. And into the next stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch. Just a slip stitch, like so. We're going to do 2 more of those. We're going to do another slip stitch in the next stitch. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch. So you've done a slip stitch in 3 stitches. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So we do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 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 like so. Then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next 3, or the last 3. So we do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and a slip stitch in the next stitch, and again, because there's slip stitches, they might be a little bit hard to see, and then a slip stitch in that last stitch there. So just in the last 3, and then again you've got to find the next stitch on the head. So it's going to be around a bit because it's a slip stitch, and there it is. So if you can see, there's the first half of it. Get it for the second. There we go. Caught that stitch. I'm just going to slip stitch onto the head like so. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch along as well. There we go. And then we are almost done. So then we can cut our yarn. Just pull that through. And there we have, with all the tail ends, our little seahorse. There he is. It looks like that on the back. So it still looks quite pretty on the back. It's just that you see the stitches a bit more on the back. So there we go. So all we've got to do now is to tie in all these end pieces so you can actually see what you're looking at. So I'll show you one, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to undo those knots that I did earlier because they can sometimes make it a bit lumpy. So taking an end piece, tail end, let's take this coloured one at the top, just thread it onto my yarn needle, and all I do is I just work it through some stitches, some of the stitches. You may even want to take it to the back if you prefer this side, and then you just literally work it for the same colour. Make sure you work it for the same colour because it might stand out if you work the pink for the white. Sorry my table's so creaky. Don't know why it's suddenly doing that today. Right, so then I usually go back in the opposite direction a little bit. Take off my yarn needle, and then I just trim off the excess like so. And I'm just going to repeat that for all the other tail ends, just sewing them in similar colours, then go back on where you've sewn it, then just trim off the excess, and I'll come back and show you how to finish off the eye. Okay. Okay, so I finished tying in the other ends exactly the same way, and you can always choose to sew them in on the back if this is going to be the main side you want to use. But then all that's left to do is just to create a little eye, and I use the same colour as the outside. And I take a little short length, about that much, of the coloured yarn, and I tie a couple of knots into the centre. So there's one, and another one which needs to land on top of the other one, like so. And then when you've done that, take one end. Oh, this table's so creaky, I'm sorry. And then we just sew it through the centre of our magic circle that we did to begin with, or our loop, but just slightly to one side, so not right for the middle, just slightly one side, so you're actually going through a bit of the project like so. And then we'll take the other end. And we do the same, we go slightly just to the other side, so rather than going for the middle, we just go slightly above and through the material, through the stitches. And that catches it, otherwise it might just pop straight through. And then turning him over, we're then going to double knot this on the back. So we need to tie this into 2 knots as well. Like so. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take our yarn ends, and then we need to sew them through the middle of the stitches so they don't appear either side. So until you get up to the red at the top, so making sure it doesn't appear that side or this side. It will hide fairly well, like so. It's not done wonderfully. I'm sure you can do a better job than me. I'm rushing a bit on camera. Then we just sew through the red at the top and then back a little bit in the opposite direction, just to sort of secure it into place. And then we're going to trim the excess. And then do the same for the other end as well. There we go. So it's not as good on the back, but that's on the back anyway. And then we just hide. Hopefully you'll do a better job when I had more time. It went really well on this one. So you can take more time on your little seahorse. It still looks really cute. And there we go, there's our finished little seahorse applique. And you can just keep it as it is, or you could turn it into, you could add it onto a bag, or even a cushion or anything, especially if somebody loves seahorses. But I hope you enjoyed that Forget-Me-Not Friday, Yarn Scrap Friday. And yeah, I shall see you soon for some more crochet fun. And sorry about all the noise. I don't know how much I can edit out of the noise. My fridge has decided to make loads of noises. My phone's been going off. My table's creaking. But I really want to make sure that I get these videos out on Fridays. So I don't have time in the week to do many videos. So I do count on doing it Friday morning. But I really appreciate you watching, and I'm glad to have you here again this Friday. And I shall see you next Friday, if I don't see you before then, for another Forget-Me-Not Friday. So thanks for watching. Cheers guys, bye! Two, three, and then we're going to slip. Just shows you we just literally pulled our fridge out just to switch it off for you guys. That's how dedicated I am to my videos. I better switch it back on before everything defrosts. Cheers for watching, bye! Also guys, I actually forgot to show you my my written pattern, so as you can see, this is how I work. Going over patterns a few times, and yeah, making lots of amendments and changes and seeing what works and what doesn't work, and where this was all crossing out, it didn't look right and stuff like that. And also you can have a sneak peek at the one I'm working on at the moment, which is for a poncho. So there we go, that'll be coming soon. To my website anyway, it won't be on YouTube, but yeah, a little insight there. So I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, bye!